recycling grocery bags is catching on.
Here's my favorite.
Let's reduce packaging by getting one big bottle, and it's recyclable.
Ooh, this box is heavy.
Oh, we'll get this small container of concentrate instead. It's recyclable, too.
Now that's smart shopping. Less packaging and more recyclables.
Oh, we're asking for you to recycle.
Sun coming up.
Paper was invented around 105 in China, where it was made from a mixture of bark and hemp. The Moors introduced the paper-making process into Spain in 1150. By the 15th century, when printing was developed in Europe, paper mills had spread throughout the continent. Today, paper is made principally from wood pulp combined with pulps from recycled paper. Let's take a closer look at the recycling process for paper.
Paper recycling begins with sorting. Paper must be sorted from other substances, and then it must be further sorted by paper type. The beginning type of paper determines the type of paper that can be produced. Once the paper is sorted, it can be stored until the paper mill is ready. Paper is taken to the mill and moved by conveyor to a big vat called a pulper. The pulper contains water and chemicals and chops the recovered paper into small pieces. The mixture can be heated to facilitate breaking the paper down more quickly into tiny strands of cellulose, called fibers. The old paper is turned into pulp that is forced through screens that contains holes and slots of various shapes and sizes. The screens remove small contaminants such as bits of plastic and globs of glue. This process is called screening. After screening, the pulp is cleaned by spinning it around in large cone-shaped cylinders. Heavy contaminants like staples are thrown to the outside of the cone and fall through the bottom of the cylinder. Lighter contaminants collect in the center of the cone and are removed. The pulp then undergoes a process called de-inking to remove printing ink and sticky materials like glue residue and adhesives. During the refining process, any large bundles of fibers are separated into individual fibers. If the recovered paper is colored, color stripping chemicals remove the dyes from the paper. The sheet moves rapidly through a series of felt-covered press rollers which squeeze out what was once 99.95% water. The sheet, which now resembles paper, passes through a series of heated metal rollers which dry the paper. Paper is then wound into a giant roll that can be 30 feet wide and weigh 20 tons. And overall, recycling paper could even result in so much as 74% less air pollution and 35% less water pollution.
The small mountain of recycled trash in suburban Maryland is just a tiny part of the billions of plastic containers we throw away every year. Soda pop, juice, mouthwash, peanut butter, milk, cooking oil. They all now come in plastic bottles that are used just once and thrown away. But now some of this trash is being turned into clothing. In fact, some of the bottles Ernest Highsmith is picking up at the curbside will be transformed into sweaters.
Yeah, I don't know about the sweaters there. Them sweaters, that's kind of hard to believe. I had to see the process of that.
Actually, 25 bottles go into each Patagonia polyester fleece jacket. 80% post-consumer content.
Harry Benson of the company Wellman Incorporated is wearing a designer pullover made almost entirely from recycled plastic bottles.
It's not as magical as you might think. It's actually a pretty simple process.
This facility in Maryland is the beginning of what Benson calls a simple process, a largely automated, very noisy sorting of recycled waste, plastic bottles, aluminum beer cans, peanut butter jars, and pie tins. They're shaken, poked, tilted and sorted, aluminum from glass, and various types of plastic from everything else, until Wellman Incorporated, a manufacturer of polyester fiber, gets what it wants.